the case of Latrell Sprewell, it meant losing your cool and your job for choking your coach.
It's not like I was gonna sit there and kill him, man, no. I'm the person that's being blamed for all of the losing. He could breathe. It's not like he was losing air or anything like that.
Drafted in 1992 by the Golden State Warriors, Latrell Sprewell was immediately a dominant NBA player, selected to an All-Star game in just his second season in the league. Although he was quickly rising to NBA stardom by averaging about 20 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds per game through the first 5 years of his career, he had some serious personal issues, and one incident in particular led him to being suspended for an entire NBA season and lose over $20 million. It was December 1st of 1997, and Sprewell's team, the Golden State Warriors, started off the season with an abysmal 1-win and 13-loss record, which was on track for being the worst record in NBA history if they kept it up. I assume that the terrible record added lots of pressure into the Warriors organization, as it's not good for any player or coach to be part of a team with such a terrible record. During a heated practice, Warriors coach PJ Carlesimo yelled at Sprewell and told him to make better passes. Sprewell, who had a short temper and got angry quite easily, ran up to his coach and started choking him in front of the entire team. During this, Sprewell also threatened to kill his coach, which obviously is not a very smart thing to say. The Warriors players then broke up the fight, and Sprewell then went to take a shower in the locker room. Normally, this would be the end of the altercation, as usually people have blown off their steam completely after fighting someone and walking away. And you'd think that would definitely be the case if you literally choked someone out and told them that you were going to kill them. But that wasn't the end of it for Sprewell, as after he finished taking a shower, he came back to the practice and punched his coach in the face. I'm not sure if there's ever been another player to punch his coach in the face, let alone choke him and threaten to kill him. There's barely any fights between opposing players that end with punches, and the only fight off the top of my head that comes to mind when thinking of two players fighting that are on the same team is when Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face. But again, those are two players fighting each other, not a player fighting a coach who was nearly 50 years old and almost half a foot shorter than the player. After the fight occurred, the news went throughout the league, and there was a very big suspension coming for Sprewell. The NBA ended up suspending Sprewell for 82 games, which included the rest of the season and part of the next year as well. Sprewell was also set to lose over $6 million because of the games he was suspended for. Even worse than that, the Warriors voided the rest of Sprewell's contract, which including the $6 million for the year he was suspended, totaled nearly $25 million over the next 3 years. Sprewell actually went on to fight the NBA's penalty, and he actually got some concessions as he only ended up being suspended for 68 games, which was still the remainder of the season, but it meant that he could still join another team at the beginning of the next year without missing any games. Also, an even bigger W for Sprewell was that the Warriors were then forced to give him the rest of the money he was owed on his contract, minus the $6 million he lost for the time he was suspended. This meant that the Warriors had to give Sprewell $16 million over the next 2 years, even though he wouldn't be playing for the team during that time. Although Sprewell got a massive dub getting the millions of dollars back that were owed from his contract, he took a bit of an L because Converse dropped a shoe deal with him after the incident, which I assume costed him a couple $1 million. The biggest loser in this situation was the Golden State Warriors, as they lost their best player and millions of dollars as well. On the bright side, after the suspension of Sprewell, they finished the season with a 19-63 record, which was really good considering they started off the year with a 1-13 record. The Warriors also ended up trading Sprewell to the Knicks, which he actually made another All-Star game with the Knicks, and he had a few more good seasons, earning tens of millions of dollars before finishing out his career with the Minnesota Timberwolves at the age of 35. Do you think Latrell Sprewell should have gotten a bigger punishment for punching, choking, and threatening his coach? What do you think of the whole situation? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Thanks for watching.
When you're dealing with respect, money is not an issue. To have my pride, my respect, and my manhood means more than any dollar amount.